Okay, so you've been labeled a cheater. You made a mistake. And like we all have at some points in our lives, you are trying to rebuild yourself. If that's the case, then that is why you clicked on this video. Then that's what we're going to be talking about today. I like to start as a disclaimer, and I start this with any of my coaching sessions. If you are a person who has sincerely made a mistake, and you are hoping that your partner can see that and move past that pain and that hurt that you've caused and really allow you a fair chance at a future, my heart goes out to you. My energy is sent out to you. And I really hope that your person is as forgiving as spirit is. However, the truth of the matter is that some things that we do in life are not able to be corrected in the way we would like them to be. And not everything has a strong recovery and can be brought back to its natural form without any blemishes or scars. We want to believe that, we push for that, we aim for that. However, it is not the reality of life. And so I don't want anyone to think that by clicking on this video, you are going to somehow be given the tools to transform your situation and everything's going to be roses. I can't guarantee you that. And so, excuse me, I can't guarantee that. So I just want to make sure that you know what you are getting into. The things that I'm going to be presenting to you in this video are ways in which you can begin the healing process with you and your partner. It is also ways in which you can at least rest in the knowing that you've given it your best shot. You've given it your best shot. And sometimes, again, like I tell my clients, sometimes when they sit in front of me and they're like, we want to work on our relationship, at the end of the sessions, that does not always mean that we are going to be blissfully in love. It may mean that two people may decide and realize that they're not meant to be together, that this is not something that is going to be fruitful for them, that this is no longer a part of their life's purpose, and that they agree to disagree and they go their separate ways in peace. And so please be hopeful. Please take these suggestions seriously, because I've seen them work for many people, but they don't work and are not guaranteed to work for everybody. So let's get into the video. There are things that you just need to realize first before even attempting to try to gain back the trust of your partner or get them to see you in a different light. There are some things you just need to first just realize, which is one, what you are being accused of, that ugly title of I'm a cheater, I'm a person who hurts people or deceives somebody. That ugly title that you are trying to get away from, you have to first admit that you have earned it. And, it may sound cliche, and some people might say, it's the first step is owning it. You got to own your stuff. You got to own that I earned this title. There's something I did, something that I said, a behavior that I demonstrated has caused me to be labeled with this title by this person. And so I'm not saying you've earned it in every part of your life. No one's saying that you are a cheat in every aspect of your life. But for this situation, in this relationship with this person, you have earned that title. I can't tell you how many times people, sit in front of me and they're saying, oh, she won't forgive me. He won't forgive me, and I did it because, and we're projecting right back onto the other person why you chose to do something. Every action that you make, every move you make, every thought you have belongs to you. And the first part about being a person of honesty and integrity is realizing that take ownership for your stuff. Take ownership for the fact that you're going to say some shit that's nasty and it's going to hurt people, but it's what you meant at the time and you no longer mean it going forward, but you got to earn your stuff. You got to earn it and you got to take ownership of it. So there's no easy pass here. There's no, oh, well, you made me do. There is no easy pass here. You have to first admit that I earned the title that I got. And these are the actions that got me that title. The next realization is that this person may not forgive you. This person may not forgive you in the way that you think forgiveness should look. This person may say, love to love you. I forgive you. I hold no ill will towards you, but I no longer want you in my cipher. I no longer want you in my in my aura and around my family or around me. And the dynamics of your relationship may change drastically. And that is something that There's nothing that I can do or anybody else can do to change that. That's just the balance of the world. There is a reaction to every action that you take. And sometimes you don't get that second chance to make it 100% right. It gets better, but you can't ever get back the privilege that someone has given you to be in their lives. They may change that privilege. It's a basic concept. If you hurt someone and you didn't mean to do it, you need to apologize. Yep, that's it. That's simple. That's rule number one. You need to apologize. Step number one. But where we get it wrong is because as we grew up as kids, we figured I hit you, I'm going to say I'm sorry, and that's good enough. That's good enough. You need to take that. That shows the reflection of my heart. I didn't mean to. That is the way this thing goes. If I do something wrong, I say I'm sorry and we move past it. Now, when it comes to cheating, there's a deeper betrayal that exists. There's a deeper feeling that was established of uncertainty and the fact that they feel like they don't know you anymore. They don't know you anymore. And so when you come with that, I'm sorry, that basic apology, you're never going to get anywhere. You're never going to get anywhere with that. That has no connection. It doesn't show that you thought about the thing that hurt them. It doesn't show that you truly understand who they are to you and why this hurt them the way it did. It is very bland. It has no power attached to it. And it's something almost like it's a muscle reflex. It's a muscle reflex. So if you say to yourself, I've said I'm sorry. I said it 100 times. So this lady's sitting here telling me to say I'm sorry and it still ain't working for me. This lady or this man still wants to see me as a cheater. Means that you have not gotten in touch with your apology. We're not talking about third grade, I'm sorry for hitting you. We're talking about I apologize for betraying or stepping out on you and betraying the trust that you had in me. I'm sorry for changing your vision of who you thought I was, how you thought I loved, and skewing that vision of security. I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry for making you feel like you're unprotected. I'm sorry for making you feel like you're unloved or not good enough because of my actions. See how deeper the apology gets deeper. It shows that you put some thought behind it. It shows that you really understood why this devastated that person. And the truth of the matter is that people aren't devastated by your cheating unless they care about you, unless they truly love you. If this person's running their numbers and doing their thing, you can tell the difference between somebody who is upset because you cheated, but they're also running their numbers on the side. And it's almost like they're upset for a different reason. It's the game. It's the get back game. It's the, oh, you thought you got one up on me and now I got to get one up on you. There's a difference in that. You can feel the difference. You can see the difference if you want to see it, if you want to feel it. There's a difference between that and then the person who is truly hurt to their soul, to the point where they can't help but to bring it back up. They can't help but to keep going down memory lane because there is such a deep drop spiritually that happened for them at the time that you betrayed them, at the time that you let them down, especially if you're dealing with your twin flame or, your person in this life, which is like that person spiritually that has been called to be with you. And that's a whole nother video for a whole nother day. But if you're with that person is going to take you through a lot of different ups and downs, but there's still going to be that soul connection. And the worst thing in the world is to have that connection tainted by dishonesty, by cheating, by deception, but still have the desire to be with that person. And so if you are experiencing that, then your apology has to be deep. You got to get deeper. You got to go into the depths. You have to let this person know that I understand who I was to you and who you are to me. And I understand how my actions did not affirm that, did not fit in the bond that we have or that we were trying to build. And for that, I apologize. And so your apology needs to also come with an in-depth analysis of you expressing to them that you understand what you have with them and why this is so bad. After the apology comes transparency. This is something that many people shy away from. It's the step I think that people miss. It's the step that pisses people off, and more than likely they'll break up after a cheating has occurred because of this step right here, because this step was missed and not followed through correctly. Transparency. If you have been accused or and found guilty of cheating on your partner, you now have to, again, after your apology, your sincere, heart, deep felt apology, you have to be willing to be transparent. You have to be willing to be seen, to be watched. Because see, this is a part that's the building of the trust. And am I telling you that every time you let somebody down that you owe them something? No. Because I've had that person sit in front of me as well and say, well, I don't owe anybody anything. I said my apologies. I apologize to her or him. I apologize to God, and I'm good. See, that's a person that's afraid of being seen. They're afraid of step 2, which is transparency. If you really want to earn the trust of your person, of the person that you love, and you're really committed to that relationship, then you need to learn how to become transparent. And you need to learn how to become seen and not take it as a threat to your character, but to take it as the natural step in rebuilding the trust. When you're building a house, you need to start from the ground up, right? We don't start from the roof down. And so you need to build up. And part of that is the transparency. You need to be okay with this person asking you questions. This person may be asking repeated questions. Because what's happening when someone asks you repeated questions in a relationship is not that they want to keep bringing you down that road so that you can keep feeling that hurtful pain and make you feel bad about what you did. It's because they feel bad. They're confused. It's almost like a computer. What you did is not registering in their computer program, and it's rejecting it, and it's rejecting it because they're saying this person is my heart. I'm rejecting it. This person is my twin flame. I'm rejecting it. This person is the one person I've ever felt connected to in a way that I have, and I've never felt this type of love, nor have I ever felt this type of pain. So that person is going through a serious back and forth toil within themselves, and their minds, their heart is rejecting it. So you need to be open to being transparent, to being asked those hard questions. Who, when, why? Could you explain to me again, what you was thinking, or why was it so easy for you to do this and that? Look, it's one thing to feel like this person is doing this just to make me feel bad, but get outside of your ego. Get outside of your ego for a second and think about trauma and what that means. When someone's been traumatized, they have to work through that pain. They have to believe it. And what you did, this person really can't believe. You got to give them time. You got to be able to be an open book for them to open that book at any point and really start digging into those chapters again, which though that could be your heart. They want to trust your heart again. So they're going to ask you a lot of questions about, so what did you feel? And when you did you think about me at all? And they're going to ask the feeling questions because they're trying to believe in your heart. And then they're trying to believe in your mind again. So they're going to ask you the mind questions. So then when this happened, how did you lie to me for so long? They want to think about your logic. What was the plan? Did you ever intend on telling me? All these types of questions come up because they want to believe in the different elements that make you. So they want to believe in your mind again. They want to believe in your heart again. And then overall, they want to believe in your soul again. So they'll want to be just to ask you certain questions. They'll want to feel loved, and they want to know, do you love me? Are you happy in our relationship? So you'll get those kind of questions when they just want to believe in the soul connection that you two have together. So try not to take it as a threat. Try not to take this as somebody who is just rehashing the same old wound to hurt you. It's bigger than you. Get over your ego. If this is really your person and you know it in your soul of souls, heart of hearts, that this is the person that you're supposed to be with, get over yourself and open yourself up so that this person can believe in your elements again. They can believe in your person again. And then you can move past it. So now you've said your apology, your heartfelt apology. You've got in contact with that. You have been open now to say, I'm sorry. You got that part. You've been open to being transparent. You've got that part. But now you are moving into the phase that I call partnership. This is the phase in which now, if you want to be forgiven and you want to be looked at as a new person, you need to establish a new premise. You need to give the person a new vision to believe in, because the old vision is going to keep leading you right back to the same disappointment that you started off with. So you don't want that. In other words, you don't want to be saying, "Oh, well, I did all that stuff for you. I used to do all this for you. I showed you my love." That stuff is in the past. It is linked to the disappointment of the past. And so what you need to do is complete and to start completing new agendas for your relationship. Start moving in a new pattern, and you got to start a new partnership. Give a new highlight reel of good things for this person to grab towards, because if you expect them to keep giving you credit for the stuff that happened before the cheating incident, you can forget it. Almost that, like, that stuff is skewed and it's diluted and it's tainted, and you don't want them reaching that far back into the crates for those kind of memories. So what you need to do is start looking for new memories, start building new memories. So that's why I call this step partnership. Do things with your partner that reaffirms the love you have for them today. Call them just because, to say that you love them, or to point out something about their character that you notice is something that you value. And really, after cheating on somebody that you love, there should be a point of self-reflection. There should be a point of self-reflection in which you really are either saying, "Whoa, this is not the person I need to be with," because after I cheated on them, I felt like I could do it again and again and again, and I had no reservations, and I had no pause, and I have no chill with it. Then you with the wrong person. You need to go ahead. But if you are with the person that you were supposed to be with, you are with your person and your twin flame, and you're with that person that you know, I want to be in this, then what you need to do is you need to really start to reflect upon yourself. Like, man, how could I have done this to a person that was this kind to me? A person who, she ain't perfect, he ain't perfect, but this is what makes them special. And as you begin to do that self, reflection, and you see the special that's in this person, you need to start opening your mouth and letting this person know that you see them, that you really see them, not with these eyes, but with this eye, with your third eye, with your soul eye, and making sure that you let them know that you see them. Hey, I see that you're working hard. I see what you do for this family. I see what you do for me. I see what you do for yourself, and I respect it. And again, that's where the apology comes in. I apologize for what I did to throw you off of this beautiful balance that you're trying to create for us, for you. I respect your person. I respect your journey. And I'm sorry I threw you off of that journey. So now rebuild that person. Let them know that you see them. Let them know that you love them when you love them. Let them know that you care. Let them know that you see their efforts. Be vocal, be verbal. Go out, do things, cook dinner, buy roses, buy flowers if that's the type of person that you have. Or if you're with a person who really just wants to know your mind. I think even for me, I'm the type of person, I'm traditional. Love the flowers, love the candy. Those are great. But there's nothing more attractive, nothing more loving, nothing more nurturing than a man that's going to sit down and talk to me, that's going to show me his heart, that's going to express to me his fears and let me in. And I think every woman, at least I would say the 80-20, 80% of the women really want to know your heart. And so if you are trying to rebuild the partnership, open yourself up and express yourself. Okay. So while you're working on the partnership, this next phase is support. And I call this support because as you are working with your partner to rebuild new partnership experiences so that they can, feel you again and you can feel them again on a deeper level and you guys can build new memories, you're going to need somebody in your corner as a support. And I'm not talking about the person that says, "Yo, fuck her, leave her alone," or "Forget him, he ain't nobody, girl, you let..." Not that person at all. Stay away from that person. Run from that person. I'm talking about a person who can be balanced, a person who can understand what your goal is and what you're trying to do, and they can keep you focused even in the hard times. Because really what this is about is resilience. And so your support helps you get resilience. Why? Because as you're doing these beautiful things that you're really digging deep, especially if you're not a person who's expressive emotionally, you're not a person who's very hands-on or very, emotionally connected yourself, that partnership step is going to be hard because you are pulling yourself out of your comfort zone so that you can be there for your partner emotionally, so that you could really show what you feel on the inside and kind of let it radiate on the outside. The worst thing in the world that can happen, and I can promise you it's going to happen once, twice, I can't tell you how many times, but you know your situation, you know the person that you're with. What can happen is that as you're in the partnership phase and you're trying to do all these beautiful things, there may be one day that you wake up, that person wakes up and they get reverted back. You don't know what that trigger was. It could have been anything. Could have been something that had nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you. They could have talked to a friend about the friend's personal problems, and it just triggered them and brought them right back to, that time. Don't take it personal. It's a part of the process for them. Like I said, they are working to believe in your person. They are working to believe in your spirit again. They need time. And time does not move when we say so. Healing does not happen when we say so. It happens when it happens, And so you need a partner. You need support. You're going to need support. You're going to need a friend to call to say, yo, I can't believe I just did this today for this person. And they still turned around and brought up what happened before. What happened years ago? What happened? And I've been doing all of this stuff to try to win their heart back and and I can't believe this. I'm about to drop this. That is when you need your friend who understands what your motive is, who understands your goal and what you were trying to do, and they can keep you on track and let you know that this ain't got nothing to do with you. This is about that person. That person is working through their pain. And so something triggered them and brought them back, but it doesn't mean that they don't appreciate everything that you have already done. So many relationships, again, lose it at this phase. That's why I call this step support, because many relationships don't make it past this. They don't make it past that partnership step, because as you're building your partnership again, and as you're rebuilding that partnership, that person that you hurt goes back. And it makes you feel like, what the heck am I working for? I worked all this time and I still ain't get nowhere. You've gotten somewhere. You've achieved a whole lot. But that person has been reverted back to a place that they don't want to visit. But because they've been triggered, they've gone back there. And so that's something that you just have to take in consideration. And your support system, your support friend will help you, because you told them this is the person I want to be with and I'm trying to rebuild with them. So they'll help you along this phase to keep you motivated. Okay, so now we're at the final step. And if I leave you with nothing, if you learn nothing from this video, please, 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 please learn this. In order to get back what you lost or what's been tainted, you must be consistent from here on out. You must be in a place where you understand you and you know what you're capable of. Do not start these steps. Do not attempt to rebuild with your partner if you have not made amends within yourself and really know within yourself that you're able to be consistent going forward. If you know that you have a desire for more than one person, if you know that the person that you're with is not the person that you truly love, so you have the ability to hurt them in ways that you wish you didn't, you need to be truthful with yourself and make sure that you can be consistent. Because if you can't be consistent, then everything that you've done, every step, whether you did it in the order that I gave it or in a different order, everything that you did is in vain if you're not consistent going forward. Be consistent. Find a vibration that you can live in and live in that, so that your partner can get used to that vibration, and so that both of you can come up with some sort of normalcy and you guys can ride this thing through, together evenly and balanced. Because if you try to aim too high and I'll never do this and I'll never do that, and then you fail again, it's the worst. It's the worst. It's like, let it go. Be real with yourself, be honest, and come up with a consistency that you can maintain and express that to your partner. If you sincerely have an issue, if you sincerely know that when we get upset, if your ego is attacked, that the first thing that comes to your mind is to step out, then you need to talk to your partner about that. And then maybe you definitely need to seek some counseling, because the two shouldn't be meshed together. Your ego and your covenant with your partner should never be compromised, or used as a weapon. And if you're using your body as a weapon, that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother video. So that's something that you got to look into. Your body and your person and who you're choosing to be should never be altered simply because of someone else's actions. So if someone is making you mad and you're running to go lay in the bed with somebody else, it's time to look at a bigger issue. But the point of it is to really become consistent with your actions. Make promises that you can keep or just don't make promises at all. Just move with it, just go with the flow. Let things evolve naturally and be present in your relationship. Learn your partner, enjoy your partner, and help your partner see the things in their life that they can change, and help yourself to see the things in your life that you can change. Either way it goes, consistency is the key to maintaining everything that you've done throughout all the steps. As soon as you fall outside of that vibration of consistency, you risk losing everything. And so know yourself, take your baby steps. Although I gave you these 5 steps, does not happen in 5 minutes. So that's something that you just get out your head right now. It could take 5 years. And if this is not a person that you are willing to put that kind of effort and time into, then don't even start the process. Then this, the cheating or the event that broke you apart from the person is really the time that you can see that this may not be the person for me, because I'm not motivated to win them back. I'm not motivated to earn their trust back. And so this process of rebuilding after cheating and ridding yourself of the stigma of a cheater is it's enlightening. It's enlightening because you can actually find out if this is the person that you're supposed to be with. And this could be a good person. Not saying that the person has to be horrible. Not saying that they have to be somebody who, you're like, oh, this person was a bad person, or this person is, has a nasty attitude. You don't have to come up with excuses. This may be a really good person, just not your person. And sometimes you don't see that until you hurt the person and you say to yourself, man, I'm not motivated to get them back. It's just that simple. You're just not motivated to get them back. It's not about them. It's more about you. And so think about what you are, think about your situation, understand where where you are, and be consistent. Again, my heart goes out to everybody watching this video. It's nothing more difficult than to be labeled with a category or be put in a box that you no longer fit into, that you have outgrown. So my heart goes out to you. My prayers go out to you. My energy goes out to you for those of you who have a sincere heart to change and to be recognized for that change. Remember your steps. Start, follow through, repeat if need be. Stay in it. Be selective with that support person. Please be selective with that support person, even if it's somebody that you don't know very well, but you know that they are a balanced person. I'd rather you pick someone who is not as close to you than to pick someone close to you who has that mentality of just skip out, leave it alone, more fish in the sea type of thing. Because what we are on is a journey here in this life, and there's different soul contracts you have with people. There are different connections and soul bonds that you have, especially in matters of love and relationship, and people have to respect that. These are people who are not going to be perfect, but they're meant to be in your life because they help to elevate you. They help to keep you at a certain pace, and they help you to fulfill your life's purpose. So don't take any relationship lightly. And if you feel the burning desire to win back somebody's love and trust and to get yourself out of the cheater's bin, then you go ahead and you do that. Till next time. If you enjoyed the message you just heard, be sure to visit my YouTube page at Root Work with Shamina. Like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.